because it's superior.
Injustice!
Oh, that's good. Hey Sid. You don't have audio.
He's Mike.
This did get assigned to
This
be my
one.
job at some point.
Okay. Haha. Okay, now I have audio. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another incredible episode of Injustice.
Injustice!
No, you
They
guys had
did
audio
hear
the
us.
first time. But hey, we'll take that twice in a row. 100%.
No,
We're
so
running
that-
on,
I'll say it today. I'll be doing that.
And this could be an opportunity for a forward-thinking, a foreshadowing, pun intended. But we are running on a skeleton crew here tonight.
Oh no.
Just a few. Missing 3 of our players as of right now. Jerry is technically here, but is driving and so won't be able to really participate. So feel free to talk shit about him. And AJ and Devin will either be joining quite late or not at all. So we'll see. But we left off last time on a bit of an upset to the party's plans and potentially having to refactor the entire endeavor of collecting this Veo shard. So, who's up for a recap?
I think I did it last week, so I don't think it's me.
Let's see.
I wasn't here.
I think it's me then.
It could be you or Kai, and since Kai's not here, it is you, William.
All right, so I'll give my best effort.
No,
we
it's
did
William.
something,
No,
and
me, not
okay,
you.
great.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Yeah.
No,
all right.
Chavis, you're.
I was gonna try.
You
I was
actually
going for it.
You've already been on this rotation.
I was gonna go for it, but well, you're probably more prepared, so I'll let you go.
Yeah. I got it. So I'll actually start from where we ended the last session, since you didn't have any of this either.
Good policy.
Yeah, we ended the session before that, having just talked with the, I might need details and specifics added, like names of things, but I have most of it, I think. But they're dwarves from an area that I forget the name of, but they want the sound crystals. We made a tentative deal with them. If we get enough money, that they would go in to buy the lot with us. From there, the party began discussing plans who we could look for to get money, and we floated David and the Pale Orca. Pale Orcas might be interested in Warpstone because it is a trade good, so they could feasibly. Oleander floated the idea that Ganyan might be actually in this area as well, because this is where, if Oleander were to go to hide, like he said he was, this is where Oleander would go. So he thinks that Ganyan might have gone here too. But we didn't have a lot of time to dwell on that. We moved away. We went to actually talk to David. He has like 3 things we call him. That's one of them, right? That's accurate. That's okay.
We can't hear you, Sid.
I got worried for a second because I couldn't hear anything else, and I was like, wait, hold on.
Hear you.
How long have I?
No, you're good. His name is Radovid Jace. He does go by David or Jace.
I was like, wait, hold on. I keep calling that, but I know that's not his actual
Almost
name.
nobody calls him Radovid.
Davey.
Davey.
Anyway,
Jace.
Davey.
we end up talking with him, and somebody's feeding back. Is it just
Feedback what?
I don't hear feedback. Oh, yeah, I do. It's
Feeding back what?
I hear what we're saying. I hear
There's an
again.
echo.
There's an echo coming through your mic.
I can't fix that. I'm not doing anything differently.
Where would the sound be coming from to...
I don't know, because I've got bone induction earphones in. You can't even hear them when you're like 2 inches away. I don't know how you're hearing them down here at the mic. How do you know it's me? Because
You're the
You're
only
the
one
only
that I
one
don't
not
hear.
feeding back.
It's not doing it now. Whatever you just did fixed it.
didn't do anything, but okay. All right.
You adjusting
You moved your-
if
yeah.
if they are bone induction, that very well you adjusting them may have they just may have touched.
Maybe
your
the
ears.
mic can't be that close to your... Oh, I heard it again. Never mind.
Anyway, we did convince Jace that he could offer up to about $1,000 gold
Dollars.
as compensation, and I think we were then left kind of to go on and do that, but very quickly things escalated again. There was an alert. I might be missing one thing, but I don't think I am. There was an alert that went out, and there were ships coming in. I think 12 total ships. Maybe not quite 12, but a good number, which happened to be a ship from Astropor, 6 ships from the
From Bangladesh.
no, sure, that's wasn't what I was saying, but yes, I forgot the mercenary group that I'm a part of.
The Alabaster Fleet and 5 ships.
Thank
from
you, the Alabaster. Yeah, 5 ships from the Alabaster Fleet. My bad. And then yeah, I don't know exactly the numbers, but there was like many of them coming in, and the Iron Albatross, which is the ship that we left Astroport in, is one of these ships, and we ended up being able to get word to Guswano and get to talk a bit about what's going on here, and find out that the Astroporian delegates are planning on approaching the Blue Maw with a bunch of money and making a heritage claim on the items that we want, or sorry, specifically the item that we want. And that's kind of where we've left it. Guswano wants to meet tomorrow before all this goes down. He's given us that, but we're kind of reeling from that information.
So it is the evening before the day of the auction, so you've got until tomorrow evening. You did learn that there's been a number of kind of high value items posted for this auction, and there are people coming from all over. There will likely be people coming here from Baonaya, although they will probably teleport direct before the auction itself, rather than sailing in. There are Baladeshri ships. There are Astropolis ships. It was made clear that the one ship from Astropor is from the Sulphurane Citadel, which is the training ground for Hexalin. It's kind of off of the mainland of Astropor. It's just outside of the Triskelaw, so it's a place where individuals with magical talent are invited to help train new Hexalin in magical skills, because magic is possible at Sulphurane Citadel. So this ship is a delegation from Sulphurane, so it's definitely witnesses. You learned that there are 2 witnesses upon that ship, Noman Soldat and Ama Kodama. In addition, there is a young witness, or a young Hexalin, maybe 9 or 10 years old, who is also aboard and was seen with Noman. after basically getting that intel when the ship first arrived, your party sent a missive to the Iron Albatross looking for Gaswanu, and he did respond by returning to the Pale Orca Guild Hall, where you were all able to meet and have a brief conversation about kind of why the Alabaster fleet was hired for this, hired to escort essentially the witnesses across the inner sea to this auction. And you discovered, as Will said, that it's possible that, or likely, that the Astropoli delegation intends to acquire the Veo shards essentially off books before the auction occurs by approaching Blue Maw, offering an absurd amount of gold to just take it off their hands and not allow it. And also probably a little bit of threats. So the Blue Maw doesn't put it up for anyone else to even have the chance to get it. So that leaves you all with the decision on deciding how you're going to acquire these things. And that might need getting some more information, doing some more reconnaissance. But yes, Gaswanu did say that he would meet you tomorrow during the day at the Campy Hippocampi, which is also the bar where
The dwarves.
the dwarves from Lannispierce are staying. Though I don't know what you will do. I don't think you have anything to do with them now, but you might. I don't want to take anything off the table. Did anyone have any questions? I know that Jonathan, you weren't here. Does everything make sense to you?
Have we confirmed that what was the small Gwen
Guinevere, Evie.
is Evie here? Did we
Genevieve,
that
I'm sorry. Evie,
Genevieve? Did we
No.
inquire?
know.
Think we don't know. We have it. Okay.
We,
So-
as a group, were like, maybe, but Gaswano said there are only 3 Hexalin on the ship.
right. I was just curious.
Also,
Evie could
the-
lie. They could lie.
the Astroporian government, we do know, told people that Evie was either killed by us or taken by us. So it would not be likely that she'd be in public.
Or it would not be likely that she'd be listed as a dignitary on the ship.
Yeah.
She's a secret hate weapon.
Yeah.
BBEG confirmed.
I will.
I mean, maybe Evie.
BB Evie. I'll tell Laura you said so.
Big bad evil villain.
I feel like she'd be really okay with that.
if she
so-
just got to wear all black and like dark makeup for the last session, big fight.
Another thing that happened was that, yeah, we'll see. Another thing that happened was that Jace got really upset with Thassa, because Moraine had mentioned when you all first got back that Jovi was quote unquote fine, and later on, earlier in this same day, Jace had run into Moore and discovered that he was missing his leg, and took issue with the description "fine" when one is missing one's leg.
That was a them problem, not an us problem, though. So
Yeah, I don't get the discrepancy. I mean, he's alive.
And he is ultimately fine. He swims just as well.
That's true.
Their society is underwater.
shut up. No, we're talking.
Yeah.
Like it's
Jace doesn't know
financially
that.
insolvent, or it's
Yeah. exactly.
Maybe. Who knows?
Uh,
Sid did say as well. I don't remember if this was on table or not. Actually, it might have been that the size of their city underneath
tracts of land.
underneath the
Huge.
docks is like
Tracts of land.
like 2/3 the size of the Astropolis. Like
No,
it's huge.
No, it's a full 1/3 the size of Gafferton.
Oh.
You're talking about a different. I think there is a city that's like that, but it's not this one. That's like the city.
Those are
in the-
wildly different sizes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It is still true that they
Bingo.
actually have more territory than almost any other, or at least match every other guild. But it's all underwater and not really well known. All right. With that, I do see we have Devin back. That's great. So we're gonna go ahead and get back on table. You are in.
I like that guy.
He's all right.
He's a good guy.
You guys are in the Pale Orca Guild Hall. Gaswanu has just left, headed back to the ship. You all have 22 hours before this auction. But you might have less time than that if Amma and Noman have a plan to take the Veo shards off of the auction at some point imminently in the next couple of hours, 12. You don't know when, right? Surely they are going to make a quick attempt to meet with the Blue Maw and make that do those negotiations so that they can ensure that there's no real competition for the shards. So the 7 of you are left. Oh, we'll say Moore returns. Moore had gone out to find Jovi. And had failed to do so. Looked high and low. Turns out
Yeah.
Jovi had run into Jace, was actually on his way back here. And so, say, at about this time, Moore comes walking back into the guild hall. And first thing you notice, Moore, is most of the other guild members who are in the hall, kind of interspersed, look up at you. They've got their beers. They go,
What the hell does that look for?
I notice and like, oh, I follow suit because
Well, shit, you two.
mad at you.
Wait a minute.
yeah, as Moore walks over to the long table where the rest of the disorderlies are gathered. Jace is
Good
not
afternoon.
present. He's
Yeah,
like,
Good afternoon, Mo.
I give
Hell's
up on
happening?
him as soon as you sit to the table. It's like, no, he's mad about
Well,
your friend.
David, he took issue with you characterizing Jovi as fine. Given that
He's alive.
he's missing his leg,
Oh,
I told David it's all relative, really.
Details.
Right.
Details.
I mean, Jovi could still be sitting up in that readout.
Yeah, he looked a lot better the last time I saw him than the first time I saw him.
That's true.
yeah, not bleeding out. Exactly.
That's what
He's
I said.
fine.
Chase didn't like
Look,
that very much when I said it.
I did my best. I think that David is still a little bit displeased.
Well, now
just
he's
a-
even
just
more of a
Fair warning.
he's even more of a pirate than he was before. We just give him a peg leg and call it a day.
We are drug lords, not pirates.
Wait, what?
That's
Since
what-
when?
That is what I was told by your captain. I don't know.
He did say that. Also, I don't know if you saw from the ship that came in. That's a fun little bit too.
We cannot go outside.
Oh.
If
You
we-
noticed the armada coming in.
Oh well, yeah,
Bells,
yeah. I was there
whistles,
with.
all that sort
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you were there.
What are the updates?
You remember when we told you that there was a lot of weird shit about our like past and stuff, and we got oddly deep for our first conversation?
Yeah.
They are the ones who want us
Oh. Yeah, that's
and
not
can
good.
identify us. So
Hmm.
specifically, there are 3 people on that ship at least that have hexagonal pupils in their eyes. We cannot be seen by them.
Man, what kind of weird shit y'all do over there?
It's like a, well, I don't know.
Good question.
Veteran gave a history lesson to David. You missed it.
That's fine.
It was riveting. I'd be happy to
Sure.
repeat it for you if you'd
No,
like.
I'm good. Thanks.
Surgeon rolls his eyes.
So what's the game
Those
plan?
who do not know history are doomed to repeat it.
History repeats
Hmm.
itself. Sorry, that's Luca.
Mhm.
History repeats itself whether you want it to or not.
Well,
There's
That's
nothing
because-
new under this sun or the next.
that's because the anti-intellectualism that is pervasive in our society.
Which
What if I
society? We've been
become
across
Titan?
4 societies.
The
I'm talking-
plan.
I'm talking about the
What are we
global
doing?
society.
About
Oh,
these
we are going to go
people.
steal the thing, maybe. What? We're drug lord pirate people. I can say that in our guild hall.
We're specifically not pirates. That was made
Yes,
very
that
clear
was
to
made
us.
very clear. I don't like the verdict,
Well, sorry,
but I'm not a judge.
just a drug lord.
Yeah.
So, all I'll say is if more people took more interest in history, then perhaps it wouldn't repeat itself.
I was still on that.
As frequently. Okay,
You didn't
so
expect to change subject so soon, more.
what is going to happen, maybe, is that the thing that we are here for, the people who are here that we cannot be seen by, want it as well, and they are going to put a cultural heritage claim on it and try and get it. Probably
They're going to
before
offer
the
a
auction.
lot of money and bully them into doing what they want, so
Before
that no
the
one else has a
auction.
chance to doing it.
So we do not have very much time
Or money.
or money or friends.
Or
You know, life is
likelihood
hard.
of obtaining these items, actually.
Maybe I would just go be a plant in that courtyard.
Well,
That seems peaceful.
It's not exactly true. We do have. Well, we are full-fledged members of this guild.
Yes, I said
That's
not
true, we
many
do have-
friends compared to the 4 other
Well,
guilds
it-
in the city.
That's true, but from what I know, what we've been told, it's only the Blue Maw that really needs convincing here. The Astropoly folk are going
The ones
down
who
there.
only want
Which-
money.
Can I finish? Just a thought, mister, please?
I mean,
No, I'm going to finish. I'm going to talk over you. I'm going to talk very loudly. Do you know how to do thaumaturgy? Turns to Veteran. Do you know how to do thaumaturgy? I can just spell out. If we have,
Yes, but it's not prepared, I'm sorry.
if we could get Randavid to, I mean, it's worth a shot to see if we can get another guild leader to talk to another guild leader to try and head this off at the pass. There may be some camaraderie. I don't know the exact politics of the situation, but as long as we're laying out
do.
options, is an option.
no, we know that the Blue Maw doesn't give a shit about anybody, especially Radovid, who took the side of the remaining Unagi.
It's also true that above table, that Radovid is specifically trying to build his own war chest right now to go to war with the Blue Maw clan.
It's been like 3 weeks. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. That's why I want to say it out loud. Like that's why you all went
Yeah.
to the Citadel up coast so that he could look for a nice safe place to store all of his alchemist fire.
Is there some well, there's not really a government here, but is there some sort of like independent entity that oversees auctions? That makes sure that money changes hands in exchange for items?
Is there?
Is there some
Oh.
regulatory body of some kind?
What if we speak to the ghost people? The really old captain people.
Don't. I've been under the
Well-
that's actually the Blue Maw. Is that the only one?
Ah,
I thought
that makes
thought-
sense.
the Blue Maw was
Maybe I-
killed all the ghosts or killed a bunch
Wait.
of them.
Hold on.
Yeah, sure,
Yo, I'm
sure.
not telling you believe that shit.
Do I believe that? I'm sorry. Kijani's voice gets lower. I'm sorry, mister. I am from a race of people who doesn't actually exist and
Hey.
isn't known to be around, who is talking to 6 fugitives of a place who have world-bending powers that nobody knows about. I'm sorry. Yes, I believe that there are ghost leaders
So,
somewhere.
above table, so that all the players get a chance to catch back up on what's going on, there is a long-standing rumor that the 5 pirate captains who originally came here to fight the elves before Gaffer was founded, and were ultimately slain here and sank into the bay and became the foundation for Gafferton, didn't pass on. As most people in this area who die don't pass on. They're still ghostly forms. Although there's no substantial evidence to this claim, the idea is that they are pulling the strings and manipulating the politics of Gafferton even to this day as a secret ghost council. To answer a question that more would know, and I'll just elaborate on it now, there's not really an overseeing facilitative sort of broker agent. Basically, the auction takes place, and then a time and place is set up for high value items to be traded, so that you don't have to come to the auction with like your gold in your pockets, where you might get just robbed. But basically, if you win the bid, you're expected to pay for the item in full, or there will be serious consequences at the time of purchase when that comes around. But it is just like a one-on-one meeting with the seller and the buyer that is set up at a later date. There are lots of items at this auction. Many of them are sponsored by Blue Maw, because Blue Maw is raising money. You guys don't know exactly why, but probably guess. But Blue Maw is not the exclusive sponsor of the items at this auction. Lots of other people saw the opportunity that this was going to bring in a lot of publicity and a lot of eyes, and put up their own items, seeing the opportunity to get valuable kind of niche items in front of the eyes of a bunch of extremely wealthy, eccentric people from around the globe. So it's kind of a hodgepodge. I hope that helps.
Well,
Did the
pretenses of a Illusionati ghost council aside, no, to answer your original question, there isn't any kind of overseeing body. This is another situation where the Blue Maw kind of gets to swing their ghostly dicks around, unfortunately. But
I know that you don't subscribe to this belief, but are the pirate captains, the original pirate captains, believed to have gone down with their ships?
that's what I think. Yeah.
So,
I mean, we kind of know that they died in the whatever giant battle there was here.
right. So, one would presume that your city might actually be the meeting place for these ghosts.
Yeah, have you seen all the other ghosts around?
No, I don't mean
Almost.
Gafferton.
Oh.
I mean your settlement.
Oh,
Not.
underwater.
The Unagi.
I was-
the Unagi.
I was.
Right.
I was trying to be discreet.
Do not worry, we are very good at discretion.
To be fair, he is still like it's supposed to be a water.
An Undine.
It still would. Yeah. It's like that's.
Mm,
I'm just there is a society that can.
Is I mean, is there a place in your settlement that is particularly avoided by the people that live there, or stories and legends that crop up of young people being stolen in the night in a certain area of town?
What end
I
are
mean,
we
that-
looking for the pirate captains of old to help us with the problem now?
We're grasping at straws, Will.
Sure, yeah, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure because I'm making sure that there wasn't like a obviously on the horizon. I do have a couple ideas. That
I mean,
would go.
Perhaps, like, we could say that we could tell them that the Blue Maw is intending on selling or getting rid of an auction item ahead of time, and I don't know, that like throws into question. It's dishonorable. That's all I'm saying. There's honor among thieves, maybe.
So, I have two thoughts here, and the first is that the Astroport delegates, if they do end up getting to this meeting, they shouldn't be the first ones. We should potentially tell the Bangladesh delegates too to be there and just alert them of that is an option. Also, for who's wanted to have given us that information so readily, makes me think that there is some hesitation between the fleet and acting as an army, as muscle in this regard. So that also, there's the chance that they don't actually have the muscle behind it that they think they do, if they strong arm it too much. Now that would take convincing of whoever was there.
But the Alabaster fleet has been paid for this job to act as muscle, right? So like they would essentially be breaking contract.
That is fair, but at the same time, if they've been hired under bad pretenses, as it feels, they're not. That he wouldn't have been that frank with this if he was comfortable taking this job, and
Sure, if the terms of the contract don't outline the actual,
especially as he
yeah.
find this could easily cause issues with many different, not even just the ships that are here, but if this is an issue with Bangladesh, that can cut ties. It can be more than just accepting this money, because they didn't make quite clear what they were talking about.
So we are not going to just try and take it?
We also can just try to steal it, but that's another thing altogether.
Because, I mean,
We
at the end of the day, Bangladesh would also have, a claim to it, but then we would tell them what it actually is, and then have to go negotiate for it and the crown piece at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if we're
It's
going to be
also-
negotiating to get the crown, it's steal it
worth
one way or the
noting-
other.
This is just like kind of, I want to throw this out there to make sure you're aware of what you would probably think. It is true that the fleet has been hired to escort and aid the Astropolis delegation in this. And it could be too that your own personal knowledge. Let me get to the end of the sentence. You do feel like Amma is enough muscle, like all by herself. She is terrifying, but it could also be that like your personal experience with having grown up in a world where the witnesses were treated like armadas in and of themselves is coloring that. Like maybe they really aren't out here in the wide world. They really aren't as terrifying as you always thought they were. But your initial inclination is that Alma may not need any help bullying people.
I mean, there's also the consideration of the 500-plus-year-old potentially wanting to kill us woman. Although I would be really interested in seeing how she would fare against the contingent from Veonaya.
So what's the plan?
Oleander, you are the... If we were to steal it, you would probably devise that plan.
Yeah, we could. Figuring out a way to. We have to know where it is. We have to be able to get to it.
Again, that's gonna be incredibly difficult.
All of it,
Remember,
everything.
that they have their own fucking island over there. It's difficult to even get to the place.
Especially without being seen. You're gonna just row over to the Unagi Guild Hall.
Are we just gonna sit and let them take it?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I know. I kind of am too. But at the same time, like that, we don't have anything that we can really do from where I'm at right here. I'm at a loss. I've presented the things that I think we could do feasibly. I don't know how to steal it from a place that we can't get to. That's the hardest.
Because even if we were to force it to auction, we then have to go to the auction.
It'd be way easier to steal it there somehow than.
And be seen, probably.
No. I'm also tired of running. If they're gonna kill us, they're gonna kill us. And it's really at a point that I'm at, honestly. I don't think that they will. But I also don't think I don't expect it to get to that point anyway. I don't want to buy it.
I certainly don't think that Armor or Noman or any witness would attempt to kill 5 members of a guild in Gaffer Town. I don't think that's something. They would try to apprehend us, but I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work either.
I do not think that they want us dead immediately, given what we don't know how that works either. But I do not think that they would be afraid to show force. I mean, we are in one of the few places in Gaffer Town where you cannot collect on a bounty. Lest we forget, we all have those.
I don't have a plan to steal it from their base. If we want to go and try to scout out this thing somehow, we can do that. But we need to do something.
What if we spoke to Norman?
That's something.
Anyone else?
Revealing ourselves to Norman might not have the reaction that we want it to have.
But it
But
might.
we don't have many other options.
Meanwhile, Moore is like,
Yeah, exactly. This is way over my head, guys.
It is, and probably better
for you for that.
Although, it is good to have someone who wouldn't immediately set off triggers.
Listen, you guys are guild members. We're here to help how we can, but we're not gonna step between you guys and the fleet. I'm sorry. That is a lot of heat.
Oh, no,
They are also crew members of the Alabaster Fleet, and one of them the Iron Albatross. So that is their ship. This is a very messy situation.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so I would need to acquire a different pants and at least some kind of other garment here. I don't have my uniform. I don't have an all-white anything with me because that's just a pain to carry. But you could have the two of us sneak on the ship and actually which are less violating anything, to try to get in contact with them. That's a terrible idea too. If I got a big ruffled collar. And then a big ruffled white collar, and then they wouldn't even be able to see it if they could see it from here because it would just blend in. That's still a bad idea. Sorry.
Yeah, so let's I know you guys are kind of thinking it through, but do you guys have some actions that you want to take?
I'm down to try to get to talk to Newman, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, your first thoughts are you could, as you say, dress up as Iron Albatross, Alabaster Fleet crew members, head down to the docks, maybe even board the Iron Albatross, take a look, spend some time watching over the ship from the Sulphurane Citadel to see if you see Nomen. Or you could always hire someone to, like an actual courier, the way you did with Gaswanu, to go and send a message to Nomen. You could even ask Moore, or one of your other Pale Orca crew members, to go talk to Nomen, considering that they aren't going to be immediately marked by Astropoli collars.
Moore, if I gave you a missive and we put it under the guise of you going to invite one of the dignitaries to the Blue Maw, would that seem so out of character? To welcome a foreign dignitary and try and strengthen ties for some reason?
Would probably raise some eyebrows.
But not any alarms.
Especially coming from me. And plus, I'm going to be honest with you, considering our outing at Carnival, I know for a fact the Maw wants me specifically dead.
Yeah, true. Perhaps someone else, though. You think we could do that?
There's a potential.
What about Lucky over there? As he drops his beer.
Damn it, Lucky.
Lucky looks down, sees that his beer, it's in a glass bottle. It falls. He bends down to pick it up. Oh, shit! Yeah, just still got 3 gulps. God, I am lucky.
I suppose it's all about perspective, isn't it?
Bezran, if anyone could write an incredibly ambiguous note that might hint that it's us, it's probably you, and then I can use sigil and put a mark on it to show that it is us.
Yeah, if you guys want to get a note over there, for sure I can make that happen. But I'm not stepping foot in Maw territory.
They didn't dock at Maw territory.
No.
Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication in that request to Moore, but I
You're
think
taking it to the ship, the Sovereign.
Oh,
Considered-
yeah.
Yeah.
And just so I remember, Nomen Soldat is the one who helped smuggle us out of Astropor. Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Nomen is obviously one of the 6 witnesses, but he is... Oh no, did I rip out every... No, I'm just looking at it upside down. Don't worry. Nomen is the second oldest. There's only one witness younger than him.
Which is Dunica.
Dunica.
So he's the second youngest.
Yes.
Yes. He's the next.
The next to last oldest.
Next. he is number 2 on the rank from youngest to oldest.
Okay. Very good.
And obviously Amma is the oldest.
So our plan is to send a letter to him.
Yeah. And ask for him to come here.
Okay.
Or we could also meet somewhere closer to that. Might be, if depending on if there's a place that would be safer for him from his perspective.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah. Not
We should
really worried
maybe,
about his safety right now.
But he is.
I mean, if he
and
says
if-
no and we don't have to get closer to the ship, I feel better being in our guild hall.
True.
All right, what does the letter say? As you quickly request and scrap paper, and unfortunately you're unable to find, unless you have some, you're welcome to use it, but quill and ink is a little bit highbrow. There is some somewhere, but at quick glance around, there's a charcoal stick you could use to write a quick note.
I mean, I've still got like a journal and spell book and stuff, so
Yeah, if you want to.
do I have quill and ink? Yes, I have a writing set. Yes, I will.
Okay.
The letter.
Yep, and you two choices here because I'm a big fan of. I'm gonna get on a soapbox for a minute. I don't understand why charisma is the only skill that we don't actually let you use your character stat for. In in role-playing games, typically it is the case that you're expected to be as charismatic as your character because we don't let you roll for certain things. So you can do it your way. You can tell me exactly what it says, or you can roll a diplomacy check, and we don't have to exactly enumerate what it says, but I will decide based on the diplomacy check how quality it is, quote unquote. And that way you can let your character stats speak for. Up to you. Up to you.
Could I make an argument that local politics would be more beneficial as a lore skill and a check, given that I'm from Astropor and he is a local political leader?
I would say it's not as appropriate as diplomacy, just because you're not making a request about local politics. Or really discussing politics.
Okay.
At all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Then I'm gonna roll a diplomacy check.
Okay.
With the intent of writing a letter that is vague insofar as who specifically is sending it, but with enough information in it that Noman Soldat will know exactly who it's from.
Okay. Yeah, threading that needle. So go ahead and roll a diplomacy. It does not need to be blind.
That's super not awesome. I'm gonna use a hero point. I'm gonna use my
early.
session. I'm gonna use my session hero point for
Okay.
this. I should still have one evergreen. That's better
It is better.
by 2.
All right. Yeah, as everyone else kind of looks over your shoulder as you're writing, Kai kind of leans in. He's like, yeah, so you did that thing where you assume that everyone is as smart as you, and it is extremely very vague, and it is extremely very vague. Like,
Okay.
you would have to have a lot more information to understand what you're trying to say here.
Then, alright. I suppose I'll be more blunt then. And she crumples that paper up and throws it in the fireplace, the brazier, whatever's close by.
Sure.
And she grabs a new piece of paper and she writes, "Dear Master Soldat, I am writing to you, humbly, with a request that we meet. I and my compatriots are from a distant part of your history, but it is a part that I am sure you will remember well. You at one point gave us aid, without which we would not have achieved the stations that each of us has been able to attain. We would like to meet with you, offer our thanks, and re-establish a relationship. You may find us at the Pale Orca Guild Hall at your leisure."
Noted. Good. Okay.
No signature.
Obviously.
Uh,
Hyacinth bouquet. No, okay.
Kidani looks at it and goes, okay. And I think this is maybe appropriate as well. And he'll cast Sigil at the bottom where there might be a signature. And it's a little blue collar, but where it would meet in the front, it's broken.
Okay. All right. And how will you deliver this message? Can I ask Moore to take it to the docks?
We'll first seal it with wax.
Prudent.
On the outside, I will write "eyes only"
Okay.
for your eyes only. Sorry.
Nope, just eyes only. You can't read this if you don't have eyes.
Don't try
Open it
Braille.
with your eyes.
Don't
Sorry.
feel for it. For your eyes only.
Not in Braille.
I'm trying to think if there's a way that we can is there a mechanism by which I can ward this? I'm asking those who are more familiar with Pathfinder system than I am.
Do you have the arcane lock spell?
I don't think I have any spells that I could.
I think that Arcane Lock also requires a lock.
Lock.
Does it correct? Okay. I thought it was just
A
like you
wax
could just-
seal doesn't
okay.
count as a lock.
No, it actually requires like a padlock
Oh.
as a material component for the spell, I think.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a way of sealing it. I'll hand it to Moore and say, make sure that this is delivered directly to Noman Soldat. Do not hand it to one of his underlings. Do not hand it to anyone else other than him.
He is a very pretty blonde man, and he has eyes as the ones I described earlier.
It is likely that if we are found out, we will be arrested and subject to some of the worst torture you can imagine, and probably many you can't.
Seems like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I will not be around for that.
And just curious, how much would your heads be worth?
Not nearly enough the pain that Vesserin would be to you.
I'm just fucking with you. You're good.
Vesserin hears that and kind of flinches a little bit and says, well, I'm not sure. How much do you think that the Blue Maw would find your civilization worth?
I mean, that became.
Again, just pulling your leg.
Not the subject.
Interesting choice of words given Jovi's state. I understand that you're joking. I want to be clear that I am very much not joking about this. This has to be handed directly to Noman Soldat.
No, I gotcha. Noman sold this and that. Got it.
This and that.
I cannot iterate enough to you that it is quite possible that our entire lives are in your hand right now.
Listen, I told you when we first met, I owe you guys my life, okay? Without you, I wouldn't have made it out of there. I'd have been Ghost Chow.
Ghost eat?
They were sure eating that guy.
They, yeah, they seek to satiate the hunger that lingers from a life unlived.
Right.
All right. So
Going on shit.
more.
Getting the hell out of here before.
Take a letter. Turn up your
Maybe
collar
finds
against
me.
the mild temperature outside, and strike out towards the dock, making your way through Gafferton. As you were incredibly familiar with the streets and the various rope bridges and connectors, you quickly make your way down to the public dock at the Boneyard, which is in Bone Guild. What's the name of that guild? Bone. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I definitely wrote all this.
You might find it before I do.
It's in an entirely third, or fourth. It's the guild we haven't
Boneshell.
really talked about. Yeah, Boneshell territory. Thank you. Guild we haven't really talked about very much. Boneshell territory. It's kind of on the ocean side of the city. They don't have any sort of land-based operation cut off from the land, and that's where a lot of these ships have docked. To make your way through, it's relatively safe territory. There's not really any Pale Orca bone shell beef right now. Even this late at night, you know how to stay into the relatively populated areas under many a lantern where there's still trade and commerce occurring. It's relatively safe. You make your way over to the ships. As you approach, you can see the 12 newly docked ships, the 5 Alabaster Fleet ships, the 6 Baladeshi ships. You can see that the Baladesh portion of the docks is completely cut off in a highly militaristic, almost a full garrison of lightly armored, nimble-looking troops with bows and long spears, kind of keeping their area of the docks on guard. Although it looks like most of the Baladeshri contingent remains aboard their ships. It's quite lively over there. The Astropoli ship is well lit, but you don't see a lot of commotion. A lot of people going to and fro. As you approach, there is a single individual at the gangway at the bottom. He is wearing chainmail and a tunic over that, with a symbol of the Sulphurane Citadel emblazoned on the front. He has a helmet over his head, kind of ornamental, a little bit old school armor. He does look capable. He's definitely a larger individual, and he has a broadsword in a sheath at his hip, a shield on his back, but he has neither weapon drawn. He's kind of just keeping an eye out as you approach.
Yes, I have a missive to deliver to one more remembers the name. I don't.
No, Nomen Soldat.
Nomen Soldat.
Mm-hmm. From
Right
whom does
here.
this missive originate?
What was the again? I don't remember. The dwarf dudes that we talked to that were after the ground.
The sound glass people. I can't think of.
From
I
my
don't
Oh, Lapis. Yeah.
Lavis Pierce?
Lapis.
Yeah,
Lazuli.
From ambassadors from Lavis Pierce.
I will deliver.
I was given strict instructions to deliver to his hand.
Sit down.
All right.
There's like a barrel nearby.
Yeah, I'll sit.
Just
Very
tall
you can-
enough that you're
edge.
swinging your legs, like a little kid, like just.
You can make a recognize spell check if you'd like.
Ugh. I'll try. Is
Yeah,
that
it's-
in the basic?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be just recall knowledge. Basically, you're just click the recall knowledge macro. I'm pretty sure this spell exists on a couple of different spell lists. So
Oh, well, you wanted that one. That one's from the basic actions. Do you want the other one?
no, I got it right here.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yeah, you actually rolled really well. So you recognize the spell message, which allows him to point at a target and speak to them like almost walkie-talkie style. His lips still move, but the sound is basically captured and transported directly to his target. You couldn't hear him. A few moments pass before a gentleman, a charismatic, amiable-looking gentleman, makes his way down the plank.
Is it pretty blonde boy that I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm. With hexagonal shaped pupils.
Yes.
Have we seen him before? Like, I know we know what he looks
feel
like,
like
but
we
have we
have.
seen this picture before?
You have not seen this picture before. I made it today.
Okay, making sure. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, it's not. Ah.
I was like, I know I would have remembered it if we saw the picture. Okay.
He makes his way down the plank. He puts a hand on the shoulder of the tall guard. He's not incredibly tall, so he does this from a couple of steps up the plank, so that he's like on level. He says, leans into his ear, and kind of chuckles. It seems to be quite amicable. Good evening, fine courier. I understand you have a missive for me.
That's correct. I was given strict instructions to place it into your hands.
Yes, from the Lavispears
That's correct.
dignitaries. Oh, you're waiting. Ah. He pulls out a silver sovereign and give it to you. Thank you.
I will happily accept it.
He reads it quite quickly. He's, wait. Wait.
Is there a problem?
I don't know. Do you have a guild allegiance, young man?
I'm with the Orcas.
How would you like to make another silver?
I like coin.
Revis, we're going on a trip.
And our favorite.
I'd like to visit the Paylolga Guildhall.
All
I
right.
assume you know where that is.
I got an idea. And I'll lead the way.
This
My
is
tummy
getting
hurts.
real.
My tummy
This
hurts.
is getting real.
Jerry, I muted you because there was noise coming from your car.
But now he's back.
I can't hear him.
I'm not in my car anymore.
Is he just muted for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
For you. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
You're
Just kidding.
You're thinking of Skype. Skype did that.
Skype did that. Well, I muted you for me.
In Discord, it's local.
It wasn't personal. Sorry. I love you.
I'm not upset.
More.
I'll take the
Heart
easier
is
traveled
easy.
paths this
Okay.
time.
Okay. Revis is apparently the name of the dock guard from the Sulphurine Citadel, and he accompanies.
REVIS.
Sure, I was thinking U.S., but he doesn't have a stat block, so however you want to spell it.
Guard of wood ship? Sorry.
Of the Sulphurine Citadel ship,
Oh.
the one that was just guarding the, whom Moore just spoke to.
Gotcha.
All right. When we get to the hall, I will give, assuming that we probably have people outside, but like I'll give the knock saying, "Hey, I've got company coming in," kind of deal, because obviously we have that.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
That tracks.
Okay. As you give the first knock, and everyone kind of looks up, it's like, who the fuck is knocking? You finish the sequence, and everyone's like, oh fuck, shit, like start scrambling.
Yes,
Johnny's
hide
just
the drugs.
staring at his hand, like breathing very deeply.
You're waiting for a knock response. More, it's like the indication that it's all clear. It takes a little bit longer than you were expecting, and Noman is just.
Just a second. Sorry.
And the knock comes.
Weather's nice at least.
And the door opens.
Vestrin casts invisibility.
Okay, on yourself.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any other preparations anyone else is making? So you have approximately 1 round, 6 seconds.
Kijani just stares
Okay.
with
Yeah.
bewilderment.
Staring is a free action. So. Anyone else?
Oh, we don't.
Great.
Sari didn't want to smolder.
Yes, Sari will smolder.
The door opens just a crack, and Noman raises his hand rather quickly, and the door freezes in place. Revis, stand guard out here, please.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ever seen some shit like this? Probably not.
He definitely did some. It was some magic, but he didn't have any sigils or or spellcraft around it.
Mhm.
It was
Maths.
subtle,
Okay.
subtle magic.
Yep. All right.
Oh.
God.
After you. Or do you want? I'll go in first. You know, it's fine. It's fine. No traps.
All right. Yeah.
More
You
just
walk
more
in,
say that loud. He's like,
Wipes
yeah,
a
it's
bead of
fine.
sweat
There
off
aren't
his
any traps
brow.
here.
He does follow you in. Quickly surveys the room. Walked over to your table and sits down. I'm sure I don't have to remind you how dangerous it is to make yourself known here at this time in this place.
You haven't killed us yet.
I am not the danger.
Johnny starts bawling. Uncontrollable tears. And goes and hugs Noman's leg.
I cannot express how glad I am to see that the 6 of you are alive and together.
Sorry.
He
can see me?
Oh, sorry. No. That's
Yes.
5 of you. He cannot see you probably... Hold on.
Oh,
If he could see the collar when you're still invisible, that would be
No.
a problem.
No. He cannot see you. I was looking to see if he had a feature like that. He does not. The 5 of you went together. And well... I take it you are here for the same reason that we are.
That would be correct.
I also take it that you want me to intervene. Again.
Also a good assumption. Listen. I know you do not want to know everything, but we believe there is a way to we need that shard to make things right.
Can I ask an above table question? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Noman helped get us out, correct?
Yes.
I don't remember how much Noman knows about what happened before we left. I've literally may have momentarily forgotten. Does Noman knows that we have
Yes.
the vertices? Okay. Just
Well, he
making
can see
sure. Okay.
he can see our collars, our white band collars.
Sure, but there are people who see that we have white collars, but they don't know what that means. They just know that we're not held by Triskar. They don't necessarily know why.
No,
Maybe
yes,
I'm
he
wrong.
knows.
I thought I was under the impression all the witnesses knew what the white collars meant.
They would know instinctively because of the runes, like what they signify.
Oh, because they can read the Okay, there we go. Okay, that's
Mhm.
what I needed. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Your collars have a meaning.
gotcha.
Make things right. By whom?
Well, suffice to say, there is a theory that the Beo dying the first time was incomplete. If it were to be killed correctly, the threat we pose would not necessarily exist. We would rid the world of the possibilities that it contains. But in order for us to do that,
There is a lot to unpack there. I fear things may be more complicated than you are implying.
Of course they are.
The Veo's quasi-dead, quasi-defeated status is in many ways preferable to some. For example, the Shapers, the Weepers, the originals who came to Astropol. Who knows what would become of the Vertices' powers if the Veo were made whole and then destroyed? Would they be returned to the universe where they belong? Beyond the reach of gods and men? Or would they be permanently bound to those who held them last? There are those who wish to wield these tools themselves, these firmaments, building blocks of creation. Those who have no idea what would happen if you were to eliminate the VOC corpse. They would rather things be exactly as they predict.
Are you familiar with the name Vice Manigal?
Yes. He's a powerful dignitary in Veonia, as I understand it. He is near divine himself, practically immortal.
The wielder of the Vertice of Life, and the one from which we came.
That is news. The life vertex, of course.
One of the original Shapers. Before they left Feonia.
Before the founding of Astropol.
We operate under his assumption, and I may be foolish for believing that that is the closest assumption to what might be the truth. But he was there.
I came here in agreement with Arma that the shards of the Veo should not be left to win the world at large. Should be collected and custodianed. For now, we have no purpose for them. We have no idea what they might or might not do. I'd rather them be in our hands than abroad. But I do not know what Arma's plans are for them, if she has any.
They can be used to track us. They react to our powers.
And someone had to have known that, to have given Mananon one.
Mananon?
We were... Yes. We were drawn out of hiding some months ago. This is how they found us.
So you wish to claim the shards? By our estimation, there are some 13 shards abroad in the world. How many have you claimed?
You might forgive us for not telling you.
And do you have some plan for them? A plan to eliminate the VOC? To remove the vertices as a possibility from the grasps of men?
Yeah. To have the possibility to return.
Controlling the vertices is, I can assume, all that Arma has ever wanted. With them she could unmake the Triskelaw. Build Astropor as the Shapers would have wanted. A refresh, a start over, a new Veo, if you will.
She would try to hold them all herself. Even Cataphies could only hold 5.
I do not know. She certainly has allies. But it is not as I originally thought when I first sent you away some 10 years ago. It is hard to tell who and who is not allied with her. And those who are allied with her are not behind her 100%. It's more like a sliding scale. All of us agree that something must change. None of us know what or how. It's hard to say where the witnesses will break on any given course of action. Other than Duneka, who is a puppet of Arma to a fault.
She was spying on us. At the estate.
She knows where you are.
She did.
You know where to look for us.
It is reasonable to think that she may have been the one to give the crystal to Mannanan.
Arma is currently visiting the Blue Maw territory. She's in conference with the leader of the Blue Maw in an attempt to purchase the shards from him. They and most of the other Blue Maw artifacts for auction are being held in a ship called the Short Tooth, docked in the Blue Maw territory. It is fully crewed and well guarded. If an attempt is not made to otherwise remove those shards from their current location before dawn, it's unlikely that they will have any other destination than Sultherain.
Kijani kind of catches his breath for a second. Evie. Is she alive? Evie. We heard we were blamed.
There is
We saw
much
her go into
injustice
the
in
house.
how that was handled. I am sorry. Politics.
But she's alive.
If she is, I have not seen her.
Vestron, would you care to join the conversation?
Vestron.
We can't
You're
hear
muted.
Sorry, I was coughing earlier. Veteran allows invisibility to drop.
I might have predicted, so you are all here. I was a little bit afraid to ask.
One can never be too careful.
No, indeed. I trust Rivas, but not with this. There is much misinformation about the 6 of you in Astropor. some of which I am responsible for.
Would you care to share?
Oh. Just the part I played in supporting the witnesses' press release. Story of events. Things were much too hot, much too much attention on some of us. I certainly couldn't be seen to be the only one resisting the witnesses' attempt to spin the story. The rest all agreed that a plausible explanation must be provided to the people. Even if
Quite
I
all
had
right.
disagreed, it probably would not have amounted to much.
You're by no means the closest person to me who has participated in that misinformation.
Keeping tabs on home, have you?
Loosely. Enough to hear things. Enough to know.
They had one of our old schoolmates taken and paraded as a slave around the plains, trying to find us.
There are movements that apparently have gone underneath my nose.
Have we mentioned Ganyan yet? Has that been brought to
No,
your
we had
attention?
not.
That has not been mentioned.
Ganyan.
Oh, yes. He
Don't know
tried
this
to come
name.
and kill us. Oh. He was one of our close companions.
He's a classmate of ours.
He was not,
In Astropol.
Yes.
That's right.
he was not there for the night that it happened. He was not a part of the situation, but he did come trying to kill us. So,
Well, he led Mananon to us so that he could collect Mananon's bounty. But
Sounds like
still. Also, I guess if we are diving that deep, the holder of the electromagnetism vertex as of some years after we left.
Surprised that we were not made privy to a new vertex holder.
We are not sure how it happened, but
who would have made you privy?
You're aware, of course, as it was at one point one of your mother's duties to oversee the contingents within the law enforcement, stand upon their high towers throughout Astropor, peering through their windows, their lenses, catching glimpses of forbidden magic.
our
Firing
circumstances
vertex generally sends out a flare.
could be that our circumstance was accidental and straight from the source. He would have received his from Cataphias.
It's the second
A
time you've said
transference.
that name. Cataphias was a shaper, a weeper.
Yes,
Would have been long
Correct.
dead.
incorrect.
No.
We met him the night that we gained our curse.
That is incredible.
To our understanding, as Managol described it, he tricked Managol into giving him immortality before absconding with the corpse.
Sounds like a myth of old.
Sounds like a nightmare we've been living.
If it is your goal to collect these shards of the veil, then time is not your ally. Nor, unfortunately, can I be in any more ways than I already have been. My absence will be noted.
We will tell David to corroborate a story that you are here to meet dignitaries from Lapis Pius.
It's unfortunate that we couldn't come to some agreement
Maybe next time.
as dignitaries.
Yes. It bears saying again, I am pleased that you are all alive and well. Part of me wishes to give you the advice I gave you 10 years ago. Scatter, flee, stay quiet, do not show your faces. But I think the machinations set against you are forcing your hand. I'm not sure if you could out-hide Arma's tenacity. Her time is drawing to an end. There is a new witness. Well, a new Hexalin, who we hope to become a witness. I keep him in my care at all times. I fear, as long as Arma holds the station, her influence, she sees it as her only opportunity. If she were to be forced into retirement, her resources would evaporate quickly.
What is his name?
Micah. I don't want him involved. He deserves the life of a child. He deserves the life of a man. A full 100 years to live his life. To love. To grieve. He deserves.
Sergeant winces whenever he says a full 100 years.
He deserves more than he will get. He will live a life of careful study, quiet custodianship, to ensure that he makes it to his ceremony.
And years ago.
Whose child is this? What child is this who has weird eyes, who comes with you so discourteously?
He's the son of a baker from First K.
We were rats, chased by a lion. We are not rats anymore.
No, I say you probably graduated to kittens. You're still nothing to Arma. Move with caution. If you plan to move. One last attempt. These shards, they will be safe at Sulphurane. you could let us take them.
And you know that they would be kept there, not taken around the world, used to track us down and kill us one by one.
I cannot promise that. We have 2 at Sulphurane.
Well, that's news.
Well, there may come a day where we have to come and borrow them for a while.
Good luck. Little
You as
disorderlies.
well.
You will need it.
Thank you. Be safe, Norman.
He stands and leaves the guild hall. I'm going to take a quick break.
Oh.
That's a lot.
And a word of that shit.
A lot of.
What'd you say,
a lot
Devin?
of great.
Oh, Moore was saying he didn't understand a word of that shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great.
It's probably
world.
best that you didn't.
So much gray in this world. Okay.
Most of the time, I just leave the thinking up to Vestern and Ollie. Does me well.
What?
That's my man right there. Right there. That's what I'm looking for. Right there.
A ship called Sharptooth. Are you familiar? More.
Short tooth.
Shorttooth.
Shark bait. Ooh ha ha.
Almost certainly, but my knowledge base is on break at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. The short tooth is small-ish. Not really small. Like it's a full 3-mast ship, but it's not like a galleon. It's a blue maw vessel.
Could the sea folk sink it?
Sink it? Yeah, maybe. You can make me redo
Yeah.
all my maps. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That's not. That was my first thought as well. Becoming a orca and trying to break the bottom of it.
I was about to say, Mason, we are already orcas.
Oh, yeah. No, like the actual whale.
I mean, yeah, it's for on par with the ships around here. Not as big as like the shit that y'all people came in on, but I imagine it's almost exactly like any of the ships that we have access to here in the Orcas. I've never been on it.
Also, Noman said that it was docked at the Pelorca. I'm sorry, the Blue Maw shipyard docks. More, you could tell the party that there's really only one bay. It's kind of covered. It's like almost like a shipwright. Like you could bring it up and work on the ship. The Unagi didn't have a lot of vessels of their own. So you can
Because
only
Loki, we didn't fucking need them.
yeah. So you can only moor one vessel in the bay at the docks there at a time. You can approach on like rowboats, and there's plenty of space up and down the docks and bridges around that little island. But the Blue Maw territory, the once Unagi territory, is kind of an isolated. It's a taller structure. It's got a pretty small footprint. It looks like it's kind of circular. It's kind of star-shaped, I guess. It's got lots of docks that split off on all these sides, and it is the core of it, the base of it, is structurally constructed from massive skulls of aquatic creatures, sharks and alligators, and a shark and an alligator and like a crab, and like so there's these huge like fish skeletons basically that are the main base of it, and then it rises up probably close to 8 stories of shipwreckage that are kind of stacked up on top of that. And then you would know that it also descends quite deep into the water, although your people have abandoned even the subaquatic area immediately surrounding the Blue Maw territory. The Wansunagi territory has been abandoned by your people, but there are tunnels and things down there as well.
Yeah, get a little hush hush toward the end there, but yeah, that's it. You got it.
Actually, I can show you. Well, no, never mind. I'll leave it like that. You get, and if you guys decide to go there, I'll show you what it looks like.
In a previous session, did we attempt to buy potions of water breathing, but they were really expensive? Or is that a different campaign that I'm thinking of?
That was this campaign. Really expensive. Vestron thought they were expensive.
Vestron was appalled.
Well, really expensive is anything you can't afford and you won't be able to afford within the near future. So
they are 11 gold pieces per potion. And the potion lasts for 1 hour.
Whatever it is we are going to do, either we need to make a move.
Yeah, Noman said
quickly.
that Amma is literally meeting right now with Blue Maw.
Or we need to decide not to move at all and just try and take it with the other two eventually.
I think the Sulphurine Citadel will be very difficult to infiltrate.
Yes.
We're gonna have to already. Is the argument there.
That's true. We don't know Amma's plans for the shards.
I am
Don't
not certain
much.
they would stay there.
That's a
But
fair
I
point.
I think we do know her plans for the shots because we know her intentions.
Well, I don't very much relish the idea of getting her closer to her goal.
Well, listen, the way I see it, and you've pointed it out yourselves, that it would probably be a lot easier to steal it off of this boat than it would be to steal anything from Astropor. So we take it now.
Might be worth telling you now that we can use magic in Astropor. Don't ask why. Yes,
Oh.
you are correct. It would be easier.
Anyone
but
can use magic at Sulphurine.
yeah, true.
So I guess up
Go.
to you. We either try to bust onto the ship, or you guys can try to bust into an entire citadel later. I don't know.
I think we only have one good option now. We are going
I
to
don't.
steal the shots from the ship, I'm assuming.
I am in support of this plan.
More, you would also know that if this is there's a little bit of gravy to be had here. If you're already going to go through the trouble to
We might
break
as well-
onto the ship, you could
Might as
also
well-
walk away with a fair amount of treasure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We might as well
yeah.
actually make a strike against the Blue Maw.
Yeah,
and
like
make,
yeah.
and that covers it up too. That if it make it more, if we could just steal one thing, it's very clear what the purpose was.
Yeah.
If we steal a lot of things,
Yeah, let's not be surgical about this.
I do not think sinking the ship is a bad idea.
That's a very pirate thing to say. I don't know if we want to tell David we're doing all that
Here's
shit.
the
but,
question:
hey,
if we're going to sink the ship, that would be the last thing we do. I'm assuming.
probably.
Or
Other shit off.
Oh, I was thinking we sink it and then take the stuff from.
Mm,
Unless
I
they're
think
all
that-
like.
I think that they would get that. I think that at least some of this would get got, but there is. You could also get some of that stuff that isn't got later on because we happen to know some people who live under the water.
Yes, but also. Are all of the Blue Maw going to be like that guy who seemed to not really care about being under the water?
Well, that individual, that guy was already dead. He was just possessed. I don't think all of Blue Maw are possessed corpses.
Oh,
Why do you not think that? Why do you not think that?
We don't really know that.
That is a
don't-
strange thing to not
we
think based
don't-
off of the one time that
Don't
we
know,
interacted
we don't
with them.
know, but it can't be all of them. That doesn't make
Why?
sense. Why would all of?
There's not a lot of them from what I understand. Realistically.
Yes, our GM is shaking his head with a smile,
No,
like you go
this
ahead and
is-
believe that.
This is Tophros's belief
Yeah.
right now. This is not Jerry's belief.
Yeah,
I'm fully aware.
yeah.
It's neither the living zombies underwater. I get that. I'm just saying, like, can't happen.
Listen, I can't.
I wasn't even thinking about sinking the ship at all. I was thinking of just stealing things and getting back off the ship.
Yeah.
But if we are thinking of sinking the ship, that's also
Or we could steal the ship.
I can't make any promises at all. but I
Commandeer.
may be able to-
Commandeer is a nautical term.
we could that'd probably be that'd be the one that I'm most worried about us doing.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's a good idea. So, okay. All right.
I
Field
think
trip.
we follow you.
Class is
Wait.
going to. Yes.
Above table, we do all know how. Most of us know how to man a ship.
Yeah, that's still yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But we-
Yeah,
think
let's
that-
look
Well,
at the
a
rules
ship
for
that
piloting.
size, we would need
No,
40
but I have
people.
sailing lore. I'm a.
Piloting
It's a galleon.
vehicle. Let's see. It's not a galleon. It's smaller than a galleon.
Where are the two people, the brother and sister who are in love with each other, who
They're not
sailed us
brother
here?
and sister,
Sensible.
We've
found.
learned that they are not. Yeah, that they are in fact not brother and sister.
Sensible.
Huh?
Sin and Sybil. Yes.
No, I thought they are brother and sister.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They
We
look
found-
it.
Oh.
We
look
found
at
out that
what
they're
their
actually
disguise.
not. They use that as a cover because their disguises, they're as Arcadi, their disguises make them look
Oh,
really
oh.
similar.
And makes people ask less questions probably too, almost immediately. As
Yeah.
it did with me. Every time that I was like, oh, I want to,
Yeah, we're-
don't want to learn
We're
anything more
siblings,
about
so
you.
we're also in love.
Like, okay,
I've
cool.
s-
We're done talking.
Okay,
So-
bye.
I have sailing lore.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Sailing ship. Crew 8. Plus 1 pilot. Minimum.
We're pretty close to that, actually.
I'd say that our power is at least 2, so we count right. If we
Wow.
count
I was thinking the same thing. Will, stop.
We are 6. If Sin
I
and
still-
Sybil were to join
So,
us,
the
which they
crew
won't.
typically means that you need to have, like, you have to
Double
have
the
the knowledge
number.
to crew. You can't be a crew member if you're not a sailor.
And you also probably need actually twice as many people that says to be able to function.
That's bullshit. Will Turner did it.
Wow. So okay. So then we need to plan. Do we need additional planning, or do we just go now? And the plan is to. Here's a question. I'm sorry.
Either
the
way,
plan
we
is
need
just-
to go. If we're gonna do it right now, we have to go steal things right
Sure.
now.
We do have to
You
steal
all
things,
hear the sound of Radovid's office door open. He steps out and takes a
Oh,
couple steps.
shit.
More?
I'm sorry, but we actually have more important things to discuss.
Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
No, you have to lie. For us, it's not an option. Would you come here, please?
Also,
Apparently, I'm
Jovi's
being
fine.
commandeered.
Jovi's fine. I think you need to let it go.
So the dignitaries,
What?
we may have spoken to one.
Yeah, there was a big ass meet. You didn't hear how quiet it got in here?
Yeah,
What
everybody
are you
in here
doing?
was listening to our entire conversation.
Is your window
No.
open?
His window's open.
It's
It's closed now,
Uh,
probably.
You. So he's wearing a button-up shirt, and the buttons are off by one.
Listen, you hosted dignitaries from Lavis Pierce who wanted to discuss with a dignitary from Astropor the possibility of going in together to buy the same thing that we were discussing, yes, and negotiations did not work out, but that is what happened. You hosted them
Well.
here.
I'm sorry, negotiations didn't work out.
Good.
Wait, are you telling me what I should think happened or what actually happened?
Yes.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm just as confused as you are.
More. Jovi is missing a leg.
Yeah,
you know
it's
this?
fine.
Not this again.
Listen, you should have seen what I saw when I found his ass. Missing a leg was the least of any issues.
Coincidentally,
on
we
it,
did
it's
not
fine.
find his leg.
We think
Well.
we know where it was, though. Although,
What?
been
Was
digested
he-
by now.
Well, you're lucky.
No, he's lucky.
Tangent-
No, he's lucky, actually.
No, that guy's lucky.
Jovi is
That
you
lucky.
had
I should
Damn it!
say. I happen to know that there is
Be lucky too.
an expert artificer here from Veonia. I think she joined the party that's coming in to attend the auction. They arrived some time ago. Hopefully we can get some sort of prosthetic fixed for him.
Yes. Nice peg.
Fancy leg.
Yes, well, it's
So
at
I'm
least
understanding that we get healthcare here. That's fantastic. I like the way that you take care of your guilties. It's very good for you. Very good.
Well, of course. We're family.
Are you trying to say you want to lose a leg too?
No, just glad to know that if I do lose a leg, there's an artificer that
I mean, if
apparently.
you're going to, now's the time.
That's what I'm hearing. Apparently he's in town.
To be clear, I don't
While-
have an artificer on retainer. She's just here currently. I've worked with her before. She has a couple of prosthetics herself, actually.
Yes, Oleander.
We are busy though. We have to go strike a blow against the Blue Maw.
Care to be more specific?
We're pirates now, on top of the
We're-
drug lord thing.
We're gonna be pirates here. I'm just gonna. We have to. We either gonna act or we're not, but we have to make that. We have to at least start moving that way if we want to.
Okay.
Also, political warfare might break out, but we can worry about that later.
We got some crazy
Well,
intel. While
You have
were-
plausible deniability. You'll be here, but if anything goes down, you no, we were here.
One
what are
might
you
argue
talking
that
about?
all warfare
It's
is
just that, you know, the
political.
7 of you are
Sure,
6?
noticeable.
Pale Orca Guild members now, so it will definitely seem as if I sent you.
Not if they don't know it's us.
They don't know that we are Pale Orca
You're gonna-
guild members.
They-
We're new. We got our daggers yesterday.
Yes, but we
yesterday.
literally just got in a fight publicly. In our
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Okay,
so
well
you're
then
going to
send
attack
us.
the Blue Maw. That was my thought.
Wonderful.
If
Hey.
you're going to go attack the Blue Maw, you might as well do it with the resources of the Pale Orcas. We'll
That's
declare
fine.
war.
This is amazing.
Wonderful.
Okay. Oh my god.
You
Oh,
are
wait.
so much cooler than I thought you were. That's awesome.
Healthcare. I have leadership backing me up. Like
Yeah.
free meals.
I have 4 cases of alchemist fire. We can just. No,
Well, we
that's
need
not
what's
the-
on that chip.
Yeah.
No.
We're going to steal things, so
Yes.
Stealing things.
So it turns out that all of the auction items are located on a ship that is docked at the Blue Maw territory.
Makes sense. If
So
anyone
it's
makes a
to-
move, they can just cut the moorings and sail out. Much more difficult to steal from a
Or-
moving target.
Yes, but it can be much more difficult to sell items that have been sunk to the bottom of the bay.
I mean, they could be easily recovered.
Yes, by our friends who live at the bottom.
he doesn't know about that.
He does not know.
We know
about
he
that.
doesn't know about that.
He doesn't?
Look at,
We,
look at,
we know he
No.
doesn't know about
look at
that. Yeah.
Devin, like,
Hold on. We're gonna retcon that.
Hey, John,
That's
No, wait a minute.
we could just send. I mean, they could easily send a crew down to a diving crew down to collect those items. It'd take a long time, but all you're doing is
I think we're
delaying the
focused
auction.
on the wrong thing. Let's just go to war and figure it out later.
Fine. Yes. Yes. I'll send in a small elite strike party. Say
Is that us?
7 people.
It is
And,
us.
you'll sneak into the Blue Maw territory using. What do we have?
Ooh,
Anything?
Jonathan. Very loud. Something.
We might be doing a thing.
How would we do it? How would I do it if I had planned this? So we could fly overhead and drop in. It takes a lot of coordination. Could this happen in like 3 or 4 days? No, we want to stop the auction.
Under the sea.
Yes, I know, but look, I know you're an Undine, but the waters are fucking haunted. No? Okay, you don't care? All right, you could swim. You could swim there, and if you don't return, we'll put a plaque up.
Hey, at least I get a plaque.
I think we focused the wrong part of that sentence.
You're right. We can swim there. We've been given permission.
The waters are haunted. Spokes back on this one. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes, everyone
Also have
who's
a
ever
question.
drowned in Gafferton. We can only assume
yes.
that their souls are swimming around down there somewhere.
I also have another question. All these things that we're going to commandeer, do we have some place to put them once we have them? Do we have a giant bag that doesn't get full?
No. But we definitely have a regular sized bag that takes a lot to get full.
It will work for now.
Sarajan grabs the bag.
All right, you can add to your inventory 1 bag of holding, type 1.
One bag of holding, type 1.
It's smaller on the outside.
It's smaller on the outside. That's exactly right.
I went to the compendium page, and I am searching.
You can certainly do
Bag
it that way.
It's not
Of
called
holding.
that anymore.
Is it bag of devouring?
It's
No.
definitely not called that.
No, don't do that. I mean, actually, what if
Spacious
you just
pouch.
open
Spacious
one of those
pouch.
in water?
Spacious pouch.
Spacious pouch.
Type 4. Let's go. I mean,
Type 1.
I have done this.
All right. Okay.
Guys, we have so many new titles today. Drug Lord, Pirate, Elite Strike Team. We're really going up.
Elite Strike Team. You might even well, you'll swim in quietly and quickly, like an underwater predator, like a seal, like a nautical seal.
We're already orcas.
We're the pale orca. I don't say this on table because this is a Theodosius thing.
Pale orca seals.
Strike team. We're the post.
Pale orca seals team. Okay. All right.
You don't happen to have potions of water breathing on hand?
Well, how many healing potions do we have on hand?
Yeah, I've got potions of water breathing. How many do you need?
6. Presumably.
What about more?
I don't need it. Swim pretty quick.
Just suit yourself. There's now a commotion in the guild halls. He is like, this conversation has kind of been overheard, and the guild members are like, oh, we're fucking going to war. A lot of them have known about this for a little while, to various degrees, but the fact that it's like culminating has got people like up and moving around and like putting their beers down, which is a big
You
deal.
guys are agitators. What the hell?
I want to be in the cavalry.
Is our plan to come back here?
Um.
That was above table
Oh, that's
question.
that's a really good question. I would think we have to leave.
So how do we? So we don't
Yeah.
have that planned yet. So
Yeah,
in the
that's why I'm
meantime, what do
asking
we do?
because
So yes,
been
we
th-
do come
yeah.
back here is the answer, because we have to have a way to leave here, and we don't have that organized yet.
Mm.
I guess that kind of depends on who notices you.
Well, here's the
But
here's the
okay,
question.
because if we steal the thing and it's known that the thing is stolen by Blue Orca, then Amma will
Blue
come
orca.
here.
Pale
Yep.
orca.
Hell,
Blue
okay.
maw.
Blue Maw.
Pale blue.
Here's a
dot.
question. We don't. Here's a question. We haven't talked about this. Where are we going after? Where's the next station after Gaffer Town?
Baladesh.
We don't know, and we don't. We also need to figure out how many pieces.
There are
That-
13.
Sure, but how many pieces do we already have accounted for back where we?
5.
Is that where's that number coming from? Oh, you mean
I-
from where Manigal was?
Uh huh.
I just remember. I'm pretty sure I remember the number. There were 4 in the cave, and then we had the one that we had taken from
That was-
Mananon's thing.
So, okay. So, above table. For the
Or
purposes of,
Noman
like-
didn't know about those, so he wasn't.
For the
That-
purpose of
that's-
setting the quest, yes. Noman thinks there are 13 abroad.
Okay.
He would not be aware of any that Manigal had squirreled away.
Okay.
And he's not counting the 2 that he has at Sulphur Rain.
Oh. That's
there's
those
20
good.
total.
So-
Those are not
he-
abroad.
He might be but he probably is counting one that we probably do have one that he's counting. The
Yes.
one that
Yes.
Mananon.
So
So
you
what's
are at
total?
for the purposes of like your quest log in this video game, you are at 1 out of 13 shards. But there are 2 that you have to collect from Sulphur Rain Citadel in addition to that. So 1 out of 15. The rest are at Manigal's estate.
Okay.
There's 20 total.
I don't remember how many I said are at Manigal's, but sure, that makes sense. Let's say whatever. No one go back and watch the VOD. There are 5 at Manigal's.
4, and we have 1 on our person. We're
4 and
carrying
you have
that.
1 on your person. Yes.
There are a total of 15 shards that we need to collect.
Yes, you have 1 and there are 4 at Manigal's. There are 2 at Sulphur Rain. There is 1 in Baladesh.
And the one that we're going to steal that's just 1?
Yeah, you think so?
Okay. We don't know that. Okay.
And there's one in the Baladeshi crown.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, where's our next destination? Because we have as long as it's on by land, we have a relatively quick way of getting there. I just want to know if that's the plan.
The only other one we know where it is Bangladesh. But
if we instead wanted to just get away,
yeah, true.
How would the elves feel if you came back for a visit? Aren't they
Probably
like
indifferent.
but
But
thinking like that isn't like that the next like area, next people that we could encounter if we were to leave by land?
yeah, we'd have to walk through the. It's dangerous, but yeah. We could get back on table for this. It is a difficult journey through the Glasslands, but I hear what you would say next. Yes, anything that we do would be difficult. So, they would not turn me away. I don't know that their species is used to making what you would call friends in a span of 10 years, because that's very short for them, but I would like to think that they are friendly to me. I know that's a glowing review. I think we
David
could go.
puts down 10 potions of water breathing. That's all we've got.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
water breathing.
Okay.
Yes.
First form.
Well.
Okay. I'm only saying because and Sid, correct me if I'm wrong. I have the magic taxi card,
Yes.
but I don't remember if the magic taxi is the one that not responds, that cools down and we get it again, or we only have it just this once. That's what I
Oh
don't
no, you
remember.
have it as many times as you pay the fare. There's a 50 gold fare.
Oh, we don't have it
part of
because
the
I don't think we
ritual.
have.
What do you
have
mean?
50
We have
gold.
so much platinum, Jerry.
And we also have 50 gold. We have over that.
I think that you think our funds are not what they are.
No. I just didn't. I haven't looked. I didn't realize we had a party fund. Actually, I may have realized it, known this before, and I just forgot.
Yeah, we have at least 180 in the party funds there still.
Never
I only
mind.
see 11 platinum in the where do we spend all our
So-
platinum?
There's 11 platinum and 25. We bought a lot of things. We bought
Yeah.
items because
Sorry,
game
my
expect-
apologies. We are practically billionaires.
We do have a lot of money though. Yeah, we do have a lot of money.
Fact on fact on fact. Okay.
Okay.
So then I was going then. Does everyone have all of their things?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys do not sound as organized as I would like for you to be for an elite strike force. So.
Johnny turns to him and puts his feet together and salutes. Good luck out there, soldier.
I'm
He's not going.
not a soldier, and I'm staying
And-
here.
King?
Captain is what the title is.
Captain Radovid.
Things are too hot. We may not come back, but
Maybe
if
even
we can keep
Admiral.
a low enough profile, well, hopefully we'll see.
Is there anything else I can provide?
Ghost repellent.
Yeah, if I had that, I wouldn't. Well.
Can you
unfortunately,
unwax this weapons?
I could. Do you think that'll help?
I mean, I don't need.
Well, if they're ghosts, I pull out. This one's not ghost yet.
Did you know that the Blue Mob people, the one that we fought under the thing, was like possessed, and then he
remember
seemed to
seeing
already
that.
be a dead man.
That's
I
concerning.
mean, he was cold.
Yes. So I don't
Blue
know
Mob-
if killing them is a concern
not a
because
lot
it seems
of
they're
them.
already dead.
And all of them give me the heebie-jeebies.
Do you believe in the Ghost Council?
I've never seen evidence of it. And I'm a captain of a guild. If they were pulling strings from, behind the curtain, they would have been trying to manipulate me, right?
You're assuming a
Hasted-
lot of importance about yourself.
When
Which is good.
when I activated my heat sight, he looked like he had blood, right?
Who?
Jace.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
A fair question asked.
That's exactly what someone who's possessed would say.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else I can help with, then
Well,
best of luck.
in the event that we don't just abandon and leave here, you are right. We have very much been acknowledged as part of the Blue Orcas.
Pale?
Is there any
Yeah.
chance that if we were to need to hang around a bit, that you could call on a favor from the Red Jays? I'm not gonna cut mince words. Just,
I've got a few places we could hide you. It wouldn't be with Red Jays, because I don't trust them. Not all of them. But I've got places I can hide you, if you want to lay low. Places further inland.
that is good to know in case we need to consider that as an option.
All right. I should probably reach out to some guilds, actually. There's a chance that this goes poorly, and everyone knows that I sent you. Yeah. Great. Good luck. Good luck. I have every faith in you.
We'll be as discreet as possible.
And he scurries back upstairs.
Now, for the part that I wasn't necessarily going to tell David, maybe we can make a pit stop after y'all down those little potions you got.
Yeah.
The solution to that problem that he doesn't know about.
10 potions. 6 air breathers, mouth breathers. Every potion lasts an hour. Someone should add the 10 potions to... You should divvy them up, actually. And then decide who gets the excess.
Who has the shortest? Who has the lowest constitution?
I have a +1.
I can tell
I
you
also
that.
have a +1.
I have a +2.
Okay.
Really, what I should do, I guess, is try to go ahead of them so that they don't have to waste their time on their potions. But
what are you going to attempt to do?
I want to try to see if I can convince some of the able-bodied Unagi to help us attack. And it would separate. It would put more pressure from other guilds. Maybe not pressure. Maybe that's not, like it would kind of obscure the fact that this was purely an Orca attack, because we're all spread in the different guilds. That was my thought. If I could,
so
try to convince some of them.
there are
But I know they're scared shitless of them all.
Yeah, there are approximately between 6 and 10 other Unagi members who are adopted by other guilds, and then an additional maybe 13 to 20 that have just decided to stay sub-aquatic and not resurface. So you're not talking about a huge force here.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to swim ahead and try and remember that you're on kind of a time crunch. If you want to swim ahead and make you can all go down there. I have maps for that. Like, we could do that.
Yeah.
And
If
you
y'all
could
want to
do-
be involved, like I was alluding to that, so that everyone could be, but so that you don't waste your potions,
yeah, that's the thing.
maybe it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if we had 12, I would have no problem. Because we have
Yeah.
Well, and how long would
oh
how long is it gonna take us to swim over there?
Not long. Well, I guess that kind of depends on your swim speeds.
and
Because
we're-
Kijani can also become an aquatic animal.
Yeah. So yeah. I just thought about that.
Yes, you have at least one workaround for that last potion. Or for the lack of the last 2 potions. Yeah, if you make your way over to like the closest dock to the Blue Maw Guild Hall, and you were to take your potions right there and jump into the water and swim across, you could get over there in like 10 minutes of swimming.
Hmm.
If you swim from here, like there are docks and things in Pale Orca territory. If you just hop in right here and swim, it'll take you like 35 minutes to swim to the Blue Wall.
That sounds awful.
And taking the potions doesn't give you a swim speed, right? So how long would it take me if I became like a shark?
Oh yeah, you could. I mean, cut that in half, easy.
Okay.
10 minutes to swim from here to Blue Maw. And that would only be because you would have to like dodge scaffolding and structure. Like if it were outright, you could swim there. And...
Like if we went to where it would take us 10 minutes, it would take me like 4 or 5?
1 minute.
Oh. I can
As a shark with
probably
swim speed, yeah,
I can probably get there very quickly, turning into a shark. So I can go ahead with more. We can try and clear the way of ghosts as best we can. I don't know how that works, but...
Oh, more. You might want to say now, your people have been spreading the rumor that the waters are haunted for literally decades.
Oh yeah, we'll we'll patrol. Yeah.
You ass.
Nope, we're not letting go of that one. Too long.
That's amazing.
Okay. Are you going to try and round up your people? Is this happening immediately?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind if you want to come with me. They might you might be able to appeal more to y'all's into things, but I have a suspicion that a handful of these guys are going to want to be involved in this. Maybe, I don't know. It was not great what happened, but I figured I'd give them the opportunity anyway. Up to you.
I see. The more helped we can have, the better.
Otherwise, I'll meet all of you over by the mall docks. Our closest to. We established whatever that place was.
If there's any attempt to
You're muted, that we can't hear you.
There are a couple places that are close to, would be considered like closest to the Blue Maw Island Tower, whatever you want to call it. All right.
If you would try to petition on our behalf at all, let them know that a group has come that is very interested in correcting. Let's call them
the
injustices.
He did it to the thing.
He said the name in the show.
Title screen roll.
Yeah!
One.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys remember when we did the I told you the title screen was like on episode 6. Nah, it's here. Episode
41.
21.
50.
41.
41. 50 if you're Cameron.
Cue Kingdom Hearts 2 title break.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Or sleep by 365 days out of...
Yeah, whatever, yeah. All them damn games.
All right, so to break it down, so we're gonna. How late do we usually play? 9? We call it 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, I'm just gonna wrap up what the plan is, and we won't actually execute any of it. And then when we meet next week, we'll jump right in. We say that, but there'll still be a swim recap. But basically, Moore is going to swim down to beseech the remaining Unagi clan members who are living below Gafferton and ask for aid from them in your assault of the Blue Maw Tower. The rest of you are going to make your way down to the docks near the Fishnet Market, closest point to the Blue Maw Tower where you can kind of see it in the not so distant horizon, and drink your potions of water breathing, drop below the surface, and swim over to the Blue Maw Tower. I suppose you're going to do that without first doing any sort of reconnaissance or anything. That's fine. So, and then you'll probably make your way over to, I'm guessing if I can fill in some helpful information here and kind of railroad you a little bit, you'll probably make your way to the ship dock. There's only one, and you know exactly what ship should be there. So you don't even have to like read the names of the ships. Should be the Short Tooth docked at bay. And once you arrive there, you will, I guess, form a plan on how to begin your assault of that ship, be it either sneakily or otherwise. Raid all of the treasure that Blue Maw is guarding with the intention of selling at auction, and then make a escape back to Pelorga territory. And that's almost too many decision trees down the line to know what you'll do next, right? Because who knows how all of that's going to go. But I believe that lays out my understanding of your intentions. Is that fair?
Yes, I've typed it in my notes.
I will also add this thing that as you were explaining it, I was reminded of. There is the chance to get at least a potential escape vehicle out of Moore talking with the Azraketti, because that's who have the boat we had to get here too. So if we do consider an off-sea, like a sea escape, although
an aquatic escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a. That
I
might be
will.
helpful in many ways.
I will tease this as we end tonight's session. And I need to configure the scene so that you guys can actually see it. So I'll do that. And configure and turn off vision. There's so many options now. Who did all this? Token vision. Save changes. There we go. As you all slowly begin to arrive on the scene. I did activate it. Is it taking a long time to load, I guess?
It's just taking a lot of time. Yeah. 98% for me.
Okay.
So,
Right to join.
I have a feeling that Jerry may have a question, but although he may not want to ask it because he feels
is that
some type
right?
of way about being the one that asked the question.
I have
all
a
the time,
question?
so he doesn't do it anymore.
Oh, is that what okay. I know what you're getting at. Okay. I was not going to ask the question. I completely didn't think about it. But that's cool.
Visual of the Blue Maw Tower.
Oh, I see, because it's the maw.
It was once the Unagi Tower.
They really aren't that creative. Like, oh, we have to have a name.
Oh, the water moves.
Water's moving.
It's an
Oh, that's
animated scene,
cool.
that's why it took so long to load.
It's also giving
The flags are.
Magic Cave.
The
Did you make
flags
this,
are
Sid?
Cave of Wonders.
Volcano
vibes?
Breeze.
Cave
dude.
Wonders.
Yeah.
It's giving me Monkey Island vibes, like point and click games.
Now I
Missed.
want to play one.
Okay, sure. Let's see. I guess you guys earned some experience points from all of this stuff that you did.
That was
Oh, that wasn't the question I was asking. I'm so sorry that I. But now that you mention it, though, I'm interested in this. line of questions.
legitimately like my heart was pounding when Noman showed up. Like,
I don't know how you weren't expecting that, all things considered.
What just happened there?
I expected him to respond to our missive. I had no idea.
If he was gonna be a hostile.
Yeah,
Why is Festering blue?
that's a good question.
She's
She's underwater.
hidden. She's invisible.
I'm
Ah.
not blue. I'm perfectly fine.
But
Double D double
if
die.
you were green,
Bye. Hello.
Let's see. All right. If everyone will check the chat.
Mm.
Check the
Nice
chat.
little
Check the
chunk.
chat.
Yes. Well, that there were a couple ways I could have gone. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this next couple sessions.
The assault of the tower.
Remember when I told you that Devin was going to be only going to be here for like 3 or 4 sessions?
I knew that was
That's
bullshit.
that's because I'm garbage at this.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Disorderlies, Moore. I hope you're ready to leave your home. You're coming with us to Astroport.
we do. There is one vertex not accounted for.
Do you think so?
And
There,
We
we
by
there's one
us.
that we don't.
It's not like
yeah,
we are not accounting for it right now.
there's us 6, and then Ganyan, and then
7.
Kimmler,
8.
and we didn't take mass
That's correct.
matter.
Matter. It doesn't matter.
Huh.
There's
I
also
literally was breathing
all
in
of
to
the
say
other
that.
ones potentially that might be out there too, because we're just talking about one Veo when we're
Yeah,
I'm glad that I didn't say anything for that last little bit. But you definitely know what I was getting
yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you
a
so
good
much for
wisdom.
joining me.
That's a
I
good
hope you all
wisdom.
had a great time. We're gonna go ahead and cut the stream and
Bye,
call it a night.
Twitch.
Bye, Mom.
Twitch.